Hi, everybody. Happy Feel Good Friday to you, my friends. Hello, hello. I've been checking out the comment section here because YouTube is always early. I don't understand why Facebook doesn't do the same thing. So, on YouTube, if you're watching from YouTube, you have the opportunity to join the chat ahead of time before the live actually starts. I think that that should be a feature here on Facebook as well. I don't understand why it's not. I think that it's really cool because what happens is about 20 minutes from the show, lots of people show up ahead of time and they get together and chat. And I can watch the chats go by, which I think is amazing. And I really feel like Facebook should be the same way. Now listen, I forgot to publish the listings. And so normally you can like grab the listings for our Feel Good Friday show ahead of time. I completely forgot to do that, and they are just now becoming active. So I apologize for everybody who is like, we're supposed to be shopping early. So if you will refresh your Etsy, all of the listings should be active now. I apologize. It's been kind of a weird morning here. And instead of like, paying attention to what was going on with my listings, I was reading all these comments and I see that some of you are not feeling well. Some of you are dealing with some bad weather coming. So I just want you guys to know that I see you. I love you. I appreciate that you're here, and I love that you guys chat with each other. That makes me so happy. It just goes to show that this community is really strong and building friendships for life. I love that so, so much. So thank you to all of you. Let's get over there on Facebook and tell the Facebook people that like we want to be able to do the same thing that YouTube does, right? So yeah, it is a Feel Good Friday, which is my very favorite day of the week because that means that I have kits for you guys, like I was just talking about. I've got kits in the shop for you guys. Feel Good Friday show, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is all about easy, instant gratification jewelry pieces that you can put together in the comfort of your own home because I put those together for you in kit form. So everything that you see in today's show is available for purchase over in my Etsy shop. And my amazing team is always here in the chats on both Facebook and YouTube, dropping links to all of those things. So you can click on those links from the chat, or you can just go straight over to my Etsy shop and browse at your leisure. Just know that when you shop from the Etsy shop, instead of going through the links, that you need to be sure that you're looking for kits if that's what you're looking for, because there is also a handful of finished pieces of jewelry that are also available. I'm looking at the comment. Sherry says no shell earrings. Hold on, hold on. Everything should be live now. Everything should be live. Oh, where are the shell earrings? That is a good question. Hold, please. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Where are the... Does anybody else see the shell earrings? And how did you know they were there? if they're not there, how did you... You know what, guys? I think I forgot. How is that possible? I think I forgot to upload those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like they forgot to get loaded into Etsy. Okay, so my apologies for that. So I will show you the shell earrings. Just remind me that when we get to the shell earrings, that to remind me to remind you when we get to the shell earrings, that those are not in the shop yet. I'll upload those as soon as the live is over. I don't know how that happened. I'm really sorry. I thought I got everything. So I apologize for that. So if you're looking for those, they're not there yet, but they will be, I promise. I'm so sorry. Kathy said they were on the preview. I know, they're literally sitting here right in front of me. They just did not get uploaded. I didn't even make a listing for them. I don't know how that happened, but actually I do know how that happens. I got a lot of stuff going on. I got my hands on a lot of things. So forgive me. I apologize, y'all. But yeah, so let's see. Feel Good Friday also starts out, you guys, with a maker mix every single Friday. Maker mix are sort of small batches of beady goodness, things that I don't have enough of to create a full kit out of, but I do put together these little batches that you can grab. You create a piece of jewelry and then post your piece of jewelry. If you do that and share your creativity and inspire the rest of us, you're automatically entered into a drawing to win a box bag of beady goodness from me, right? We don't judge. We just like to see what you're creating out there. So that's not, everybody's asking, what does my necklace say? Y'all, I wear this necklace every time we're together. It says Laquavius. That's Q's full name. See? And that one is also a Q. I wear this necklace. It's funny that y'all are asking today. It must be because you can see it better today. I don't know, but I wear this necklace every single time we're together. But yeah, so we don't judge your piece of jewelry that you create with your maker mix. You just post it. We just want to see what you're doing, right? We're not going to vote. You don't have to be intimidated. Just share. Just share. All right. So I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I'm starting to get the congestion back. I don't know what it is. I think it's the weather, and the people around me have started to mow. Are you guys, is your grass tall enough to mow? Now that people are mowing around me, like my allergies are really, really getting to me. So if you're in the same boat as I am, just know we're suffering together. We're suffering together. I got rid of the congestion just long enough for it to come back. What? I'm never going to breathe again. It's not going to be until wintertime before I can breathe again. This is a rough, rough allergy season. So hello to all of you. We are going to get started here in just a second. And Cecilia says her allergies are really bad this year. I just want to take a second to say hey to you guys, because sometimes I get started, my mouth starts moving, the words start coming out, and I forget to say hello and welcome you guys in individually. I wish I could say everybody's name, but I just want you to know I see you. I see you, Ruth. Nothing showing up on Etsy. Refresh, please, please. Carla, that's funny. It is Snozola time. Everybody's having trouble with their allergies. I think we're all in the same boat. I don't know. Patty says I'm allergic to your dogs, or you're allergic to your dogs. That would be so terrible. Wouldn't that be awful? Have a whole pack of dogs. That would be unfortunate. All right. So I am going to get started. I do want to say something to you. I almost completely forgot. I do want to mention to you guys before. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's new on the live broadcast. Welcome. We're glad you're here. I do want to mention to you guys, don't forget at 4 p.m., and I'll remind you again at the end of the show, 4 p.m. Eastern time, Master Maker happens over on JTV Extra. That is the show that I host over on JTV Extra, where I take components and cool things and show you all the cool ways that you can incorporate those into your jewelry making. Guys, your support means absolutely everything to me. So please, 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 if you can come and be a part of the audience virtually over on Master Maker, I would absolutely love it. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to find. The JTV Extra crew is kind of working on ways to make it a little bit easier to get to that. My team always drops links. So if you're having trouble finding it, just go to our Facebook group. You go to the Facebook group or you go to the Facebook business page, someone will have dropped the link, and all you got to do is just click on it. Okay. So I know there's some problems there getting to it, but Master Maker is the name of the show. And I would love it if you would come. Please don't feel like you're obligated to buy anything. Even if you can't buy any of the things that I've got from JTV. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Getting messages, like too many things are going on at once here. Goodness. What was I saying? So that threw me off. Hold on. Let me back up my train of thought there. If you have trouble, of course, follow the links. Please don't feel like you are obligated to buy anything. Just come for the creativity, right? Come and hang out, because even though I've got some JTV products, I'm making things with those. That's what Master Maker is all about. So maybe you'll get inspired by the projects that I put together. So don't forget, 4 p.m. Eastern time over on JTV Extra. It's called Master Maker. All right. Okay. So let's get started with our projects today. I'm going to turn you guys around. We're going to do the maker mix. Then we're going to get started with all of the beady goodness. So let me turn you around. Everybody who's having trouble with Etsy, please refresh, okay? Because for some reason, things are not showing up. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kits in the maker mix. It says they're active, that we're only missing 1 kit. And I'll upload that. So our maker mix for this week is the Peaceful Creek. This one is so, so pretty, you guys. Lots of check glass in here. Check glass flowers galore. I think there is a total of 10 check glass flowers in this. It's either 8 or 10. I can't remember. Check glass flowers in here. Check glass drucks. These came from our dear friend Danielle Wicks. We've got some beautiful check glass rondelles that also came from her, as did these flowers here. Some of these flowers have been in my stash for a while. We've got a couple of pinch beads in here. It's just a really beautiful kind of spring centered maker mix. All right, so that is Peaceful Creek, our maker mix. All right, now I'm not going to waste any time here. We're going to get started immediately with one of our projects. This is probably the one that's going to take the longest. This one is the one that the earrings are missing in the Etsy shop, but will be uploaded as soon as the live is over. So for those of you who want the earrings that go with this, please just be patient. I apologize for that. So we are going to get started with this. We're going to put together a macrame bracelet, and this macrame bracelet, now it's got a bead stringing wire core, which might be a little bit different than what you are used to, right? But this is going to be the core, what we're actually going to knot on. And listen, I may not be able to finish the entire bracelet because I've got a lot of projects to show you, but I will show you how to get it started, and I will show you how to get it finished, right? Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to use my tying station. Please don't feel like you have to use your tying station to do this project. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can just kind of pin this down. You can use painter's tape to attach this to your work surface. But basically, you're going to take your bead stringing wire and you're going to attach it to whatever your surface is. And then you're going to thread on your beads, okay? And excuse me, I want to pull up the picture here just to make sure that I get the beads in the correct order. So we're going to thread on a beautiful druck. These are from Sam's Bead Shop. So I've got a druck bead. We're going to thread on 3 impression jasper beads. We're going to thread on another druck. Look at those impression jasper beads. Those are some of my very, very favorite gemstone beads. I love them so, so much. They are perfect for, like, they just look like the beach, don't they? It's like just like beautiful beachy waters and sand. So pretty. And then I have these really cool spiral shell beads. So you're going to thread on one of those, and then you're just going to repeat your pattern. So you're going to do a druck bead and then 3 more of those beautiful impression jasper beads. And then another druck. Okay, so you're going to thread all of those onto your core bead stringing wire, and then you're going to get started with your knotting, and you're going to use some hemp to knot onto the bead stringing wire, which might make this a little bit different, but this is definitely like considered a grown-up friendship style bracelet, right? Because we've got that beautiful bead stringing wire as the core. That means we're going to be able to use actual hardware. Okay. All right. So we're taking some hemp here. You've got plenty of hemp in your kit. And you're going to take that hemp and you're going to run it underneath your bead stringing wire, and you're going to find the middle. When you find the middle, you want to just hold on to that underneath your bead stringing wire. Okay. And you're going to create a square knot. Now, here's the thing. I've included a bunch of hemp, and if you don't like square knots and you want to do spirals, or you want to do half hitch knots, or you want to do our little tushy knots that we've done before, you can do that. You can do that with the same amount of macrame cord or the hemp cord that you've got. Okay. Don't feel like you have to do the square knots. Also, please don't feel like you have to thread your beads on the exact same way that I do, right? It's totally up to you. All you get is the materials, and then you can come up with how you want to put it all together. I'm just giving you just a jumping off point, right? All right, so we're going to do a square knot. Now, our square knot starts on the right side. It takes 2 steps. We're going to create a P shape. That P shape with that hemp cord on the right side is going to cross over our core, and that is the bead stringing wire. We're going to take that left-handed cord, making sure that it crosses over the top of that hemp, and then it's going behind the bead stringing wire and up through the P shape that we created on the right. Okay. And then we're going to pull. Now the second half of that is exactly the same, but in the opposite direction. So on the left-hand side, we're creating that backwards P shape, the Q shape, whatever you want to call it. And then we're taking the right-handed cord, make sure it crosses over the left, goes behind and up through that backwards P shape, and then pull. That's your square knot. Okay, your square knot happens in 2 steps. If you don't do both steps, you don't get the full knot. Now for this bracelet, you can do as many knots as you want to. You've got enough hemp to start out with 10 square knots. But now if you need to adjust the length of your bracelet to make it smaller, then shorten up that, right? And don't do a full 10. You can do maybe 5, 6, 7, whatever it is that you need. But you're going to repeat this a few times, as many times as you need to, right? To create several square knots. It's a backwards P shape, goes behind and up through. And there's our second knot. Our third knot. So do several of these knots before you start adding your beads, right? There's 3. I'm going to do 5, and then I'm going to pull up a bead, okay, and show you how to do that. So again, we may do the abbreviated version of this just because I've got several other projects to show you. But you will know how to start and finish this, right? All right, so again, P shape on the right. It's crossing over the core. Left cord goes across that one and then back behind and up through. And pull. Okay. Left, backwards P shape. Right cord crosses over that and then goes behind and up through and pull. All right, so I've done 5 knots. You can count those by counting the little bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That lets me know that I have 5 total knots here. Again, if you need a longer bracelet, definitely go with up to 10. Okay, so you can do up to 10 before you start adding your beads. And remember, when we get done adding beads, we're going to finish off with the same amount. So whichever amount of knots you start with, you want to be sure that you finish off with those as well. All right, so now to add the beads to this, we do it exactly the same way, making our knots. We just slide up a bead. Now, if you've got it taped down or if you're pinned down to something, it's going to work the same way. You're going to slide up a bead. Then you are going to do the exact same steps. P shape on the right side, right? Take your left-handed cord, crossing over that, going behind and up through. Pull. And then you're going to do the left-handed side of that. So backwards P shape, right cord crosses over, goes behind and up through, and pull. That locks that bead in place, right? That puts our little druck bead right in the middle of our bracelet. Same thing with the next bead. So slide up one of those impression jasper beads and do the same thing. So right-handed P shape, whoops. I'm going behind and up through and pull. And it frames, that hemp is going to frame around the edges of your bead. You do the left-handed part of the knot, and that's going to just lock that bead right in place, right? You're going to slide up another one. Okay, P shape. Left side goes behind and up through. Pull. And then you're going to do the backwards P shape. Right cord crosses over, goes behind and up through. Okay. Next bead. I want to get all the way up to the shell bead, and then we can stop. Okay. So P shape on the right, behind, up through, and then the left-handed backwards P shape. Right cord goes behind, up through. Slide up our druck. Same thing. And then I want to show you how to handle the shell. And then I'm going to show you how to finish this off, even though it's not going to be a completed bracelet. Okay. So the shell bead, because it is round, It's going to be a little bit different the way you're going to knot with it because of the way that it is shaped. It is very smooth on the edges, and you can try, when you knot with your hemp, you can try to make that hemp lay across the edge if you want, but I find that it is just too much of a struggle. It's just too slippery, it's too rounded, and when I do that, the hemp just kind of falls to the side. If you want to do it that way, that's fine, but I cannot get mine to stay. So my answer to this is to actually do the knotting, and it's going to sit behind the shell. Okay, so I'm going to follow the exact same steps. I'm going to do the right side. Okay, so P shape on the right side. And then my left cord goes behind and up through. And when I pull this, first of all, I want that to be the front of my bead. I'm going to pull and I'm going to put the hemp behind. Now the knot is still going to be right here at the edge, but look at how the hemp is going to sit across the back of that bead. Okay. That to me just makes more sense than constantly wearing a bracelet where the hemp is slipping off your focal. Okay. Then you're just going to do the left-handed side of your knot. So your backwards P shape, the right cord goes behind and up through. Okay. And then you're going to pull. That's going to make your shell bead sits nice and pretty right up front, so you can see it. You don't have to worry about that hemp sliding around, and all that hemp just sits to the back. You don't have to do it that way. I just find that that's the best way for me, in my opinion, to make sure that my focal is actually a focal and not something that I'm constantly fidgeting with, right? Okay, so we need to kind of move on. So I'm going to take these beads off. Okay, now listen, you do want to continue, right, to knot and add all of your beads just like you did at the beginning. But like I said, we're just going to, for time's sake, I'm going to actually do one more knot too. But I'm going to show you the abbreviated version of this because you definitely need to know how to finish a bracelet. Okay, so pretending like we did the entire thing, right? You're going to take this off of your work surface, whatever you're using to hold everything down. You've got your bead string and wire coming up here at the top, right? It's time to add some hardware to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a crimp. We're going to thread our crimp on and a wire guardian. And we're going to treat this just like we would any other piece of jewelry with bead stringing wire, right? So you take your bead string and wire back down through your wire guardian. You're going to go back down through your crimp. You're going to pull everything down. Use your pliers if you need to, because it's kind of short little piece, right? You want to be sure that your bead string and wire is not crisscrossing inside your crimp. Then you're going to come in with your crimper tool. Give it a squeeze. Turn it sideways. Give it a squeeze, and you're going to trim off the bead string wire. That's going to give you the opportunity now, right, to add your hardware. You've got this wire guardian at the end. Now you can add your jump ring and your clasp, right? That's what makes this like a grown-up style friendship bracelet, right? We don't have to knot around. We don't have to tie anything. We've got actual hardware on the end of our bracelet. All right, so imagining that we finished off, right? We added all the beads so that it matched on this side as well. You're going to do the exact same thing down here to this side. However, you do have your macrame that is still kind of sitting here waiting on you. So what I like to do is I go ahead and do my crimping first. So I'll go ahead and add my crimp and my wire guardian, right? Leaving that macrame just like it is for just a second. Okay, bringing all this down. We're going to crimp, making sure that, we're crimping properly. Place that into the front notch of our crimper tool. And then we're going to turn it sideways. Okay, and crimp it. And then we're going to trim off our bead string and wire so that we can add the rest of our hardware on this side. However, we still have our cord. Now, you can take the cord to the back of the necklace and tie an overhanded knot. That's fine. And then just add some glue and cut it off. I personally am not a huge fan of that. So what I like to do is I like to take both strands to one side and then tie an overhanded knot off to the side a little bit, right? So it's not sitting right on the back, which means it's not going to be sitting right up against the back of the bracelet, creating, a pain on your wrist. But I tie those two ends together in a knot off to the side of the bracelet. That's not the prettiest knot in the world, but just a little overhanded knot, right? That's securing the macrame. The macrame is not going to come undone. And then it also frees up these two ends so that I can, included with your kit, add little dangles. Check it out. You don't have to do this, but you can. And they're, of course, included in your kit. Just add on one of the cute little metal beads, right? And then you're going to do the same thing over here to the other side. Now, of course, we don't have a full bracelet here, but I do want to be sure that you know how to start and finish all of the kits that you have available to you in my Etsy shop. So, right, if this were a full bracelet, that would be the end. You've got some cute little dangles here. Your macrame is secure. It's not going to come undone. You've got wire guardians on either end. Add your hardware. Well, the tiniest bracelet ever, but you know what I'm saying. So you've got a really cool grown-up style friendship bracelet. And the cool thing about the hemp is that the more that you wear it and the more that the oils from your skin get on it, the softer it becomes. So if you feel this hemp when you get the kit and you're like, oh, it's a little stiff. Yeah, it is. That's the way most hemp comes. But the more you wear it, the softer it gets. And it just gets like a good, like a comfy t-shirt. That's how hemp gets after you wear it for a while. So definitely a cute little bracelet that, in my opinion, makes a great unisex bracelet. So if you're looking for guy jewelry, this is a great one for summer, right? All right, so that's our abbreviated version of that awesome bracelet that is in the shop. Now, there are earrings that match this. However, those earrings, that kit has not gotten uploaded. I will upload it as soon as the live is over. But I do want to show you that if you want the little matching set, there is a super cute little pair of earrings to go with this in a different listing eventually on the Etsy shop. Now, these are super quick and easy to put together. You're going to thread one of those awesome spiral beads on to a head pin. You're going to thread on 3 impression jasper rondelles. So it's the same impression jasper. These are just in rondelle shape. And then you're just going to do a wrapped loop and add your ear wire. So super easy. Definitely the absolute best instant gratification jewelry, because all you got to do is just do a loop here. And you don't even have to do a wrapped loop. You could do a simple loop if you wanted to. Totally up to you. But a cute little matching pair of earrings to go with your very summery boho bracelet, right? Use my cutter tool to trim off. And then you're just going to add your ear wire. So just open, thread that on. And guys, if you're looking for these in the shop, I promise I'll have those uploaded as soon as I can after the live is over. My apologies for that one. So super cute. You've got a cute little set here. If you want the full set, great. If you don't, the bracelet looks great by itself. The earrings look great. The earrings look great all by themselves as well. But makes a great gift, right? Guys, don't forget Mother's Day is coming up. So anything you see in the show today would be great for a Mother's Day gift, right? If your mom is a beach person, my mom is definitely a beach person. She would love this set. If she had her pick, she would live right on the ocean. So this would definitely be a great gift for her, or a gift to yourself. I'm just saying. All right. So I'm going to set these to the side. I've got some more Mother's Day gift possibilities for you. So I've got a really beautiful memory wire bracelet kit that has this great mix of beads here. I've got some wonderful rose quartz and some check glass. This check glass mix is brought to you by our dear friend Sam, and got a lot of really pretty things here. I'm going to set out, though, a couple of I want to set out the rose quartz beads that are in here because I want to make those my focal. So I'm going to sit those out, and then I'm going to string up our bracelet here. I feel like I'm missing. There we go. All right, so we've got these gorgeous rose quartz beads and a check glass flower. You can set some to the side if you want to make some dangles. This is going to be our focal. You've got a section here of all of these beautiful rose quartz in a couple of different sizes. And then you've got just this really cool mix of pink check glass. Okay, so to get started with your memory wire, we are going to come in with our round nose pliers, okay? And we're going to turn a loop on the end of our memory wire. So we're going to grab the wire. You can use your round nose pliers, or if you've got memory wire finishing pliers, you can use those as well. But we're going to create a loop at the end. Now listen, for memory wire, because it is tempered steel, it's a little bit tougher to work with. I like to do more than one loop. Sometimes I'll do a double or a triple loop. I just feel like that makes it extra secure. Don't feel like you've got to do that because you don't have to. I just personally like to double my loop up. It makes me feel like those beads are most definitely not going to slide off. Okay. All right. So we're going to thread on some of our beads here. And since it's a mix, we can really kind of thread these on in whatever order we want to. They look really good no matter how you thread them on. I'm going to thread on about 30 to 32 beads, something like that. You've got a nice big mix of your beads, but I want to be sure that I kind of keep my focal in the center. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so there's the first 10. Yes, it is Q's name on my necklace. We talked about that earlier today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there's another 10, that makes 20. And you can see, look how pretty. You don't have to have a pattern, right? They're just beautiful, just like they are. Just thread them on there. Just like, you don't even have to think about it. If you want to make a pattern, go for it, right? But you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. All right, let's thread on another 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to thread on 2 more for good measure. What's happening? Did I miss something? The 5th bead? What's wrong with the 5th bead? What's happening? Did one hop off? It probably did. I probably didn't get it strung all the way on. You guys, if you could see how I'm sitting, you'd be like, I don't know how she gets anything done. I'm sitting in a very awkward angle. So let's add another one just because. All right, there, we added another one. Okay. Just in case you are correct, and I'm sure that you are. Something probably hopped off. Okay, so I've thread on roughly half of my beads, and now I'm going to thread on these beautiful rose quartz beads, and some of them are matte, some of them are shiny, so you can really kind of put these in there however you want to. And listen, you don't even have to make these, you don't have to put these in the center if you don't want to, right? You can just mix these in with the rest of the beads and don't worry about like trying to find the center of the bracelet, right? They're going to be beautiful no matter what. So there's all my rose quartz. Okay, so that's going to kind of fall in the center. And then the rest of the beads, I'm just going to thread those on really quickly. Okay, so I don't even have to count these out because I know it was roughly half before. Listen, you don't have to get exact. I try, but you know, as long as it's close, it can be off a couple of beads. Nobody's going to notice. Nobody at all is going to make the connection that like, that's not quite center. Okay. So sliding all these on super quick. And then we're going to add dangles to this. Now you don't have to do the dangles, but if you want to do the dangles, I'm going to show you how to wire wrap the flower here because it's a little bit different since it's drilled in the center. And then we will move on. I've got a beautiful pair of rose quartz earrings to go with this. So if you're looking for another set, like I said, Mother's Day present or a present for yourself or a gift to a friend or just something that's really pretty for spring, this is a beautiful little set. All right, so I'm just threading on the rest of these. It's funny. Y'all were counting along with me and saw a bead jump off and everybody's like, number 5, it jumped off. It jumped off. I love it. I love it. All right. So, all right. We've got all of the beads there onto our memory wire. I'm going to trim some of this memory wire off. Now, listen, you need to use a heavy duty cutter tool for this. Either use memory wire shears or use a cutter tool that is specifically designed to cut tempered steel or thick gauge wire. Please don't use your good cutters on this because it will tear them up. Okay. Now I know I've got a lot of room here. It's a little more room than I need. That's okay. Cause I'm just going to roll it into I can trim some more of it off. I'm going to roll those into a loop, right? So again, round nose pliers or your memory wire finishing pliers if you want. And I'm just going to roll a loop on the end and then I'm just going to keep rolling and I'm going to roll till I get right down next to the beads. That's going to secure all of my beads onto my memory wire. Okay. Now I can add some dangles to this and I've got 2 loops, right? I've got loops on one side, loops on the other side. So if you want to, you can take another one of those rose quartz beads and maybe a check glass bead onto a head pin. We're going to do a wrapped loop, come down on the wire, bending that over the top of the pliers, coming in with our round nose pliers. We're going up and over. We're going to rotate and take the wire over to the other side. Colleen, are you here, my love? And then we're going to wrap, right? You've never used memory wire before? Memory wire is awesome. I love memory wire because it's super, super easy to use. It's definitely beginner friendly, but it makes the most amazing bangle bracelets ever. Hello. Hi, Colleen. Just checking, making sure you're here. All right, so there's our wrapped loop. So a couple of dangles there if you want to add those, right? And then we've got this beautiful check glass flower. You've got a piece of wire in your kit if you want to thread that on, right? Because it's drilled right through the center, and then just wire wrap this like a briolette. So take those wires and crisscross them over the edge of the bead. And then take one of the wires and bend it straight up and down. Take the other wire and bend it out this direction. Oh, Cecilia, thank you so, so much. And then if you want to just wrap around, right? And then trim off. Now you can add a bead to this if you've got like an extra one of your check glass beads or you know, just an extra bead that will match. You can drop that down here before you do another set of wraps. Sometimes makes it a little bit easier. Or you can cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to bend that wire forward. Totally going to cheat. And I'm going to trim off, leaving myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers. And I'm just going to roll that back. And I'm going to pretend like it's a wrapped loop, even though It's really just a simple loop. Look at that. Looks, well, that was kind of a wonky one, but looks like a wrapped loop is totally a simple loop. Nobody's going to know the difference. And then you can just take your little dangles, right, and put those onto the loops at the end of your bracelet. It just gives it a little extra movement. It's also a great place to add charms if you want to. You know, if you want to personalize this, if you're going to give it as a gift, you could add some charms to it. You don't have to use both. Both ends, right? You can just put dangles on one side, or you don't have to put any dangles at all, but it's a really, really pretty, really soft pink, right? This beautiful rose quartz is great for spring. It signifies love. It's just a really, really pretty little bracelet. You don't have to worry about the size because it's that tempered steel. So it's really going to kind of, you know, open up and fit any wrist at all. So beautiful, beautiful memory wire, pink memory wire. Thank you, Maria. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. If you want a pair of earrings to go with this, I got a really cute little pair of rose quartz earrings to go with this. We're going to put these together real quick. So check it out. We've got some rose quartz drops. We've got some check glass. And you don't have to use all the beads because I know that's kind of a long earring. However, they match our bracelet so pretty. So if you're looking for a cute little set, this is a great one. I'm going to take our rose quartz drop and I'm going to thread that onto a head pin and I'm going to do a wrapped loop. Now, feel free to do a simple loop. Don't have to do a wrapped loop if you don't want to. Okay. Bend the wire over the top of your chain nose pliers. We're going to come in with our round nose pliers. We're going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we are going to wire wrap in that space. Okay, I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim off. Okay, now I've got 3 more little beads here. Some really beautiful little soft pink check glass. Don't feel like you got to use all of them. I'm going to open up an eye pin. I'm going to thread that on to the loop we just created. And then I'm going to thread on this cutie patootie little heart. Okay, and I'm going to do a simple loop. So I'm just going to grab the wire. You can do a wrapped loop if you want to. I'm going to do just a simple loop. So I'm going to bend the wire right where it is exiting the bead. Come in, trim off, use the round nose pliers, and roll back to create a loop. And then I'm just going to repeat those steps, opening up another eye pin, threading that onto the loop we just created, close, thread on another one of our beautiful check glass beads, and another simple loop, bending the wire where it exits the bead. You're going to trim off, leave yourself about 1/4 of an inch of wire, and then use your round nose pliers to roll back to close your loop, and then one more. Now again, you don't have to use all of the beads that are in the kit for this. If this is too long of an earring, just take some of the beads out, use them for something else if you want to, right? I'm going to do another simple loop. Trim and round nose pliers to roll back to create our simple loop, right? And then the only thing left to do is to add our ear wires. So we're going to open that up, thread that on, and close that back. And you've got such a cute little pair of sweet little soft pink rose quartz earrings. You got your rose quartz drops here and your rose quartz over here in your bracelet. Makes a cute little set. Now they look amazing all by themselves. They don't feel like you gotta, right? Don't feel like you gotta have both, but if you do, I'm one of those people who has to have it all. You know what I mean? Like I gotta have both parts, but they are listed individually in the Etsy shop. So those are definitely 2 different listings. and all the parts that you need to create those are available for you, right? All right, I'm going to sit these to the side, guys. We've got 2 more pairs of earrings, and then I'm going to let you guys go for the day. Now, these next 2 pairs of earrings go together the exact same way. The way that they are set up, they go together exactly the same. They're just simple stringing, but that's not what makes these special. These are special because of the Lampwork beads that are a part of them. Okay, I want to show you. These come in two different styles. So we've got the orange Lampwork beads earrings. Look how beautiful those are. I don't even like orange, and those are gorgeous. And then I have them in blue. So the orange is in antique brass. The blue is in silver. Okay. Oh, so pretty. Look at the Lampwork beads. Love these. Love these so, so much. They're just stacked up, right? It's just stacked up, beautiful, beady goodness. Let's stack up the orange pair first, okay? So, separate everything out here. All right, we're going to take a head pin, right? Lampwork, my heart. I'm obsessed with Lampwork beads. I love them so much. All right, so we're going to take our head pin. We're going to thread on a bicone, okay? Then we're going to thread on a bead cap to go right over the top of that. Then we're going to thread on another bead cap going in the opposite direction. Okay. We're going to thread on a thin bead cap. And then we're going to thread on our gorgeous Lampwork bead. It's going to sit right on top. All right. Now we're going to repeat with the thin bead cap. And then we're going to thread on another little bead cap to sit right on top of that one. Okay. Then we're going to thread on a spacer bead. These will sell out. I know they will. I know they will sell out. All right. So there's our spacer bead. Now we're going to thread on one of these druck beads. The druck is a beautiful kind of orange yellow. So pretty. Thread that on. We're going to thread another bead cap. Lots of bead caps in these designs, right? Thread on another bead cap, and then we're going to finish that off with another bicone. And all we're going to do is just put a wrapped loop at the top of this. You can do a simple loop, whatever. But it's not about the technique, right? It's about stacking up the most beautiful things in your stash. Like, for real. That is all this is about. So we're going to grab the top of that. We're going to bend the wire over the top of the pliers. We're going to come in with our round nose pliers. We're going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we're going to wire wrap. Just be careful not to overdo it, because you do have a bicone at the top here, and sometimes when you do too many wraps, you can risk cracking the top of that bicone. So just be careful. Also be careful when you come in to cut. Trim, because you don't want to accidentally grab the edge of that bicone, right? All right. So now all we're going to do is add our ear wire. These are so beautiful. I was so excited to get to share these with you guys in kit form. Look how pretty. I don't even like orange, you guys, and these are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now the blue is just as pretty. So let's put the blue together too. Okay. So same thing. And it goes together in the exact same order. Thank you, Ginger. Ginger, you make my day bright as well. I couldn't be here if it weren't for you. You know, all of you guys are just, y'all are my family. I'm going to thread on a bicone. Okay. And now bead caps. We're going to thread on a little bead cap. It's going to sit on top of that like a little hat. We're going to take another bead cap going in the opposite direction. Okay. And then we're going to thread on one of the thin bead caps. All right. We're getting ready to just pop that beautiful Lampwork. Look at that. Look how pretty those are. Drop that one down, and then we're going to repeat. So our thin bead cap goes on. So pretty. Another bead cap. Okay. Now we're going to thread on a spacer bead. And then we're going to thread on one of these mermaid druck beads. I love these. Look at that. Oh, it looks like water. So pretty. So pretty. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. We're going to top that off, whoops, with another bead cap and a bicone. If you guys, y'all are buying these up, like, yeah, y'all are buying up the Lampwork earrings. I'm going to have to get some more Lampwork beads for you guys because they're my favorite. They're absolutely my favorite. They make the most beautiful pairs of earrings ever. You can use them in necklaces too, but I love a beautiful pair of Lampwork earrings. So let me see if I can get more Lampwork so that we can do some more of these kits because they really are just gorgeous. And what I'm seeing in the comments is saying that they're sold out. So, all right, I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers, bending the wire, coming in with a round nose pliers. We're going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we're going to wire wrap. Yes, please, more Lampwork. I hear you. Yes, yes, yes. All right, now we're going to trim off and we're going to add our ear wire. Okay, and then that's it. These are so pretty. Oh, thank you. I hear you. I hear you. I see you. I've got you. I've got you. Look how pretty. Look how pretty those are. They're just magical. Like there is something about a Lampwork bead. They're all different. This one, they're not perfectly round. See, they've got those little nubs on them. It gives them such extra texture and dimension. They're all different, right? They all have their own little personalities. And then to mix the mermaid beads with those, I think was just a perfect match, right? I don't know. There was just something about that. Like these are mystical mermaid goodness. They're just so pretty. So pretty. So, yeah. All right. Those are our two pairs of Lampwork beads. And I'm looking and it seems like those have sold out, guys. So I appreciate everybody who made a purchase today. I will get us some more Lampwork beads and some more bead caps because it does take a lot of bead caps to put these together, but that's really what kind of makes them so special. Yes, the Lampwork beads are beautiful, but you've got to have the right setup with the bead caps to space them out and give everything the right kind of balance. And so I really enjoy putting these together. So if you love them, I'll get some more because I love them as well. All right. All right. I'm going to turn you guys around and we are just going to recap really quickly. I do want to mention to all of you that Hardwired group is open for enrollment. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with my Hardwired group, that is my paid subscription group here on Facebook. You have to pay to be a member. And when you are part of the Hardwired group, we meet twice a week. We do a weekly project that is harder than what we do here in the regular community. Those projects are normally wire weaving or wire based, though we do kind of veer off and do some other fun things now and then. But the projects are kind of upper level beginner to intermediate. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be anything more than a beginner to enjoy the group, because I try to break things down so that even beginners are confident enough to try the projects. So don't feel like you're not there yet. If you even think about being part of the Hardwired group, you're ready. So please come and be a part of that. We open up at the end of the wire. Into the wire. What? End of the month, beginning of the month, every month for enrollment. You go over to the group. The link is posted here in the chat. You just follow the link. You're going to request to be a member of the group. Make sure that you answer the questions so that we can send you your invoice. You can get you can pay two different ways. You can pay monthly or you can pay quarterly. It is an absolute bargain either way. I'm just saying, based on the feedback that I get and the kinds of projects that we do, it really is worth every penny. That's not my opinion. That's everybody else that's in the group. You can speak to them about that if you want to, because I obviously want you to come and be a part of it. But please, if you want to be part of the Hardwired group, I really feel like it's worth it. If you're ready to kind of up your jewelry making game, that's where you want to be for sure. And it's a great community as well. So that is open for enrollment. Please don't forget that today at 4 p.m. Eastern time, Master Maker is on. That is over on JTV Extra. I know those links are it's hard to find sometimes. It has not been easy to find lately. So my team will be posting links to it. So if you're having trouble finding it, come to the business Facebook page or come to the community group in Facebook, and links will be posted. So all you have to do is click on those and it'll take you there. Don't feel obligated to buy. What's really important for me at the moment is that you just please come and be there. Nicole's posted a link right here. All you have to do is just save the link, guys. Just save the link. But your support means absolutely everything to me. We want to get those audience numbers up. So please come and hang out. If you don't want to buy anything, that's fine, but stick around for the projects and the inspiration, because I do at least 2 projects. I've got a bracelet and earrings and a necklace and earrings today, and some really cool components to show you guys. So please come and hang out with me. Like I said, your support means absolutely everything to me. So yeah, that's it for me, you guys, other than going back through everything, right? We've got our beautiful memory wire with the rose quartz. I love rose quartz. And it's funny because I know it's pink, but that's Q's favorite gemstone bead is rose quartz. He wears rose quartz all the time. Really, really loves it. There are the rose quartz little earrings to match. So pretty. So, so pretty. We did our shell bracelet. Now remember, we only did half of it because we were in a hurry, right? But it's got that beautiful impression jasper. Those are really super cool shell beads. It is on bead stringing wire, so you can add your hardware, which is included in your kit. To that, right? We just did the quick version here. The earrings have not been listed in Etsy yet. I will get those listed. If you guys will give me 5 minutes after the live is over, I'll get the matching earrings loaded up into Etsy. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. And then we had, of course, our beautiful Lampwork earrings, those gorgeous blues and the beautiful orange. I will get some more check glass beads for you guys. I may not have them by next week, but I will order some Lampwork and some bead caps so that we can get some more of these kits in the shop. Okay. I promise. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me and letting me be a part of your Friday afternoon. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your afternoon, and I hope to see you again later at 4 p.m. for Master Maker. If I don't, I'll be right back here next Tuesday, guys. I've got some Preciosa crystal pendants from Sam's Bead Shop for Tuesday. So if you want to see something sparkly and pretty, come hang out with me on Tuesday. That's at 1 p.m. All right. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Bye, guys.